Well,
Did you
yeah.
see the movie?
I did see the movie. But I mean,
We're gonna give you a pop quiz
there
at
can
the
be a
end.
pop quiz every minute of it.
Yeah.
It's
Anna, what does it mean to be working with Blake again?
Oh,
We're talking about you.
Blake Lively is in tears. Hollywood has finally pulled the curtain back and exposed the secret it's kept for far too long. This girl has been disliked from day one. And now, the takedown is brutal. Celebs are hitting that unfollow button left and right. And just like that, old clips are bubbling up again. Footage of Blake being snide, smug, and acting like she owns every room. It's like her bad behavior is finally catching up with her. And the internet? Oh, they're keeping receipts.
Hi to Stephanie, it's my girlfriend.
Hi, Stephanie.
Thank you
You
so
should leave him.
This isn't just backlash, it's karma, served with a cold side of "we told you so." And the proof? It's everywhere.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much. That's so sweet. I'm gonna put it here because it doesn't go with my outfit, but I will wear it later. Thank you. Oh my god, I'm gonna put it on.
Let's rewind to 2018. Michael Kors' front row, packed with A-listers. Blake's there, laughing obnoxiously like someone handed her a fake Nobel Prize. Right beside her, Emily Blunt is trying to match the energy. But smack in the middle, poor Zendaya, blinking in Morse code like she's crying for help. That wasn't an eye roll, that was a soul roll. She was sitting there thinking, why am I here? Why is Blake here? How fast can I vanish before this becomes a meme? And it did. The internet lit up. Comments flew in like Zendaya's blinking in sarcasm and this seating chart is a hate crime. Zendaya later claimed she wasn't mad, but come on, we all know that look. It's the one you flash when someone steamrolls every convo, steals the attention, and treats the front row like their own personal runway. That look wasn't confusion, it was pure survival. A decade of actresses pretending to laugh at Blake's charm boiled into one blink of emotional exhaustion.
The downfall of Blake is super important because it represents our collective awakening, specifically to celebrities that we should not be idolizing, and they hate that.
So do you feel free now to try everything? I mean, what is the next
What does
5
that
years
mean?
of? Well, in terms of trying, I mean, well,
Did you
yeah.
see the movie?
I did see the movie.
And don't even get us started on Selena Gomez, the queen of calm shade. Back in 2016, she awkwardly said she wished she was friends with Blake because of her hair. That's it. That's not a compliment. That's, I don't like you, but your shampoo's working overtime. The friendship, dead on arrival. A single Pantene red carpet, and never again.
How quickly do you...
Don't touch me.
Jump to Taylor Swift's 2023 birthday bash. Blake shows up. Selena, nowhere. But Selena did post a shady little red heart with a crying emoji. That wasn't sweet. That was, I saw who was on the guest list and decided to stay home with my peace.
She seems like a bully. She was such a high-maintenance diva bully brat.
And the wildest part? Despite being in the same girl squad for years, Blake and Selena have never been seen together at a Swift event. Not the Met Gala, not July 4th, not even a backyard s'mores night. That's not coincidence. That's Taylor whispering, don't worry, Selena, you get the real invite. Blake gets the leftovers.
She's completely flirtatious with him.
Blake Lively completely exposes herself.
Sources say Blake and Selena play different roles in Taylor's life. Translation, Selena's the real one, raw, loyal, present. Blake's the Pinterest board bestie. The one who shows up with mood boards and fake deep quotes from Angelina Jolie's speeches like she invented activism.
Angelina, to your right.
Angelina, to your left side.
Angelina.
Let's not pretend Blake earned her seat in Hollywood through talent or grace. Number she survived on aesthetic overload and the world's weird obsession with Upper East Side meets Etsy. But even that couldn't shield her from the wrath of Angelina Jolie.
Difficult as conditions are, the refugees here count themselves as the lucky ones.
Flash forward to 2025's Time Summit. Angelina, composed as ever, steps on stage and coolly says, "There's a difference between telling a story and stealing someone else's voice." She didn't scream, she didn't joke. But that one line sent Blake's PR team into meltdown mode. You could hear the sound of chai lattes spilling across Hollywood.
It's honestly comedy at this point. I don't even think I'm offended anymore by anything that this degenerate does.
With that one sentence, Angelina torched Blake's entire Homebound campaign. You remember the whispery, soft-focus mess that looked like a cross between a pastel Instagram reel and a yoga retreat infomercial. Turns out, it was a complete copy of Angelina's 2019 UNHCR humanitarian work. We're talking layout for layout theft. Blake even visited the exact same remote village Angelina had supported for 6 years and acted like she discovered it on a soul-searching safari. The UN had to step in. A press officer allegedly emailed Blake's team, "Majoli is understandably distressed." That's UN speak for, "Tell your girl to quit playing peace princess before we drag her on CNN." And Blake? She panicked. The Homebound website went under maintenance. Her Instagram wiped the campaign clean, and suddenly she disappeared behind a carefully crafted wall of silence. But the screenshots? Oh, honey, they're everywhere.
A man being fully castrated by a woman who is using toxic feminism to get what she wants, right?
Fashion blogs turned on her. Advocacy panels backed out. Even Florence Pugh and Charlize Theron hit unfollow so fast it looked like an exorcism. The message was clear. You don't cosplay as Angelina Jolie and expect silence.
I just really loved those patchwork like jeans that you have.
Magnolia Pearl.
Oh, yeah.
Those are my real life jeans.
Yes.
And let's talk about those jeans. Yes, those jeans. The ones from Magnolia Pearl's Plantation fashion line. You heard that right. Slavery-inspired fashion. And Blake? She called them her real-life jeans. Girl, what kind of reality are you living in where slavery chic is a vibe?
He and Blake decided to get married at the Boone Plantation in South Carolina. That's where they got married. There's no slaves in that plantation right now, but you know, it was all about history, the braids. Were there ever slaves here? Did bad stuff happen here? How dare you get married here?
Gossip Girl wasn't just a hit series. It was Blake's personal red carpet and her daily chance to make Leighton Meester's life miserable. On screen, she was Serena. Off screen, Regina George in a headband. Blake constantly talked over Leighton in interviews, hijacked questions, and once even referred to Leighton's wardrobe as mine. At one panel, Blake smugly said, "This was on the return rack. I think it was hers," while laughing like she just won America's Next Top Gaslighter. Leighton's smile? Hollow, the kind of smile women give when their souls are booking a one-way flight out of toxic land. Crew members compared working with Blake to being stuck in an endless brunch with your worst frenemy. Leighton came from grit. She earned every line. Meanwhile, Blake floated in on nepotism and hairspray, acting like she was born to play Serena because God said so.
There was an article recently saying that Leighton and I were frenemies. And it's
Frenemies? Is that the new term, frenemies?
Yeah, we're friends, but we're also enemies. And it's really strange because they always want to pit women against each other. You don't hear about like Penn and Chase hating each other and being jealous and competitive.
And then there was the Scarlett Johansson era, aka the homewrecker years. It's 2010. Ryan Reynolds is still married to Scarlett, Blake's still with Penn Badgley. And suddenly, Green Lantern's promo tour feels more like the launch of a scandal. Scarlett skipped the premiere. So did Pennsylvania. But Blake and Ryan? Glowing on the carpet like high school prom royalty. Behind the scenes, crew members said Blake and Ryan would disappear for hours, not for coffee runs, for hotel visits. One waitress even called into a radio station saying she served them at a not-so-subtle dinner date. Months later, Scarlett and Ryan announced their divorce. Ryan swears he never cheated, just friends with Blake. Sure, January Green Lantern lost $75 million and tanked his career. Scarlett, thriving in Marvel. And what does Ryan do? Runs into Blake's arms and starts rehearsing for a lifetime of red carpet cosplay. So now we're in 2025, and Blake's still out here pretending she can force-feed the public some recycled PR fairy tale. But the world's over it. Enter Anna Kendrick, Hollywood's queen of deadpan truth bombs. At the premiere for Another Simple Favor, a reporter asked her, "What does it mean to be working with Blake again?" And Anna, stone cold, no smile, no flinch, just hit back with, "Oh, you know, that's it. That's the whole quote. Boom. No, she's great. No, we bonded." Just 3 sharp words that felt like a mic drop at a funeral. Blake's funeral, to be exact. The clip exploded. Body language experts jumped in. One said Anna looked like she was mentally filing a restraining order. Another said her posture screamed, "Do not touch." And Henry Golding? He chimed in with a cheeky, "What could go wrong?" when asked about reuniting with the cast. That wasn't shade. That was a total solar eclipse of sarcasm. And while Blake faked smiles inside, fans were outside protesting. With signs. Yes, people made protest merch, shirts that read, "Blake lied," signs that said, "Justice for Justin Baldoni." Who does that? You know a celeb is done when strangers design t-shirts just to drag them. Even Variety and Daily Mail couldn't spin this. It wasn't a premiere, it was a red carpet crime scene.
He's one of those guys, so they are absolute bullies.
And just when we thought this PR dumpster fire couldn't burn hotter, Blake went nuclear. She brought in a fixer, not just any fixer, Nick Shapiro, the ex-CIA guy who now scrubs celebrity reputations like he's bleaching crime scenes. But even he couldn't clean up this mess. Her co-stars refused joint interviews. Directors ghosted her. Gucci and Chanel went radio silent. And Ryan Reynolds, the king of witty couple tweets, gone, vanished. No more "she's my light" tweets. No more sarcastic Instagram husband posts. Just silence. Ryan's watching his Deadpool franchise collapse under the weight of Blake's scandals, pretending he's just focused on the work. And Blake? She's out here smiling at red carpets like her career isn't in a medically induced coma, signing autographs of her stunt double in Deadpool. That's right, not even her own face. She's so desperate for positive attention she's claiming someone else's work. But the fans aren't buying it. Not the media, not Hollywood, not even the algorithm. The moment she tried to delete her past, the internet hit record. Every quote got screenshotted, every fake campaign dissected. She faked everything and flopped at it. And the silence from her peers, deafening. No "Blake is misunderstood" posts. No "we stand with her" tweets. Just elite surgical level distance. That's not a scandal, that's social exile. And then came the final blow, the Justin Baldoni lawsuit. Blake tried to position herself as a modern-day activist, a warrior for the voiceless. She filed a lawsuit that was supposed to paint her as a survivor, standing tall in her Louis Vuitton heels, speaking truth to power. But instead, she exposed herself as Hollywood's final boss of manipulation. Turns out, Blake allegedly created a fake company, Vanson Inc., just to subpoena Justin Baldoni's private messages, not to serve justice, but to leak them to the press. That's not empowerment, that's obsession. Translation? She used a shell company to dig into someone's private life, then packaged the leaks as some kind of moral crusade. And now the court might throw out her entire case for abuse of process. If that happens, all her subpoenas vanish. Her evidence? Gone. Her narrative? Dismantled. And it doesn't stop there. According to Justin's team, Blake and Ryan allegedly inserted a cartoon character called Nice Pool into Deadpool 3, a literal animated parody meant to mock Justin. In a Marvel movie, not in private, not in some group chat, but in a global box office film. That's not petty, that's weaponized narcissism. This wasn't just a personal feud, it became a full-on cinematic hit job. And as the flames rose, Blake panicked harder. She staged red carpet appearances, scrubbed her Instagram, smiled for cameras like everything was fine. She even tried to autograph photos of her stunt double to look like the fans still loved her. But here's the kicker. No one showed up. Not Florence Pugh, not Charlize Theron, not Emma Watson. Even Natalie Portman dropped a cryptic quote after following Angelina Jolie on social media. It read, "Legacy is what remains. No name, no shade, just a quiet funeral for Blake's brand." Taylor Swift, the mastermind herself, carefully planned events so Blake and Selena never had to be in the same room. A Met Gala dinner here, a 4th of July invite there, but never both. Taylor ran her circle like a military operation, and now Blake stands alone, in a pastel pantsuit, in front of a camera, pretending like her empire isn't in ruins. Hollywood didn't cancel her with a press release. They did it with silence. And that's worse. Because when no one's defending you, when no one even mentions you, it means the industry's done playing pretend. No more sympathy posts. No more Vogue puff pieces. No more "maybe she's misunderstood." Just red carpets without her, scripts that no longer come her way, and invitations that never arrive. Blake Lively didn't just get exposed, she got erased, and Hollywood, it didn't even flinch.